Hello friends, how you doing today? Welcome to my channel and happy Saturday. I hope you're going to have a great weekend. I'm here just to do a quick flip through of this little journal. I went ahead and finished it up, and so there was a unboxing, and then we worked on the pages, and this is the third video. So I have this little closure here. It is brown, pretty brown lace, and I have hanging on the lace a little house cookie cutter. I think it's so cute, and a very old smallish type key, so that I picked up at, and I got some keys like that at an antique store. So we're going to take our little closure off here and flip through, and I have the goodie bag to show you too. And oh, by the way, it's going to come in this pretty kind of toile type drawstring bag. I just found this with my bags, and look how pretty it would fit in there perfectly actually. And it just this has some blues in it, which I don't know if the camera will pick up, but this mesh bag or toile bag, tool, whatever it is, no, I don't think it's toile, I think it's tool. Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to think of. Anyway, it goes perfectly with the colors, so that is going to be, it was going to come in that little drawstring bag. So we put this pretty embroidery here for reinforcing the spine. And this is the trim on the embroidery that I didn't want to cover up the graphics, if you remember, and just kind of flipped it over a little bit, and it goes over to the back. And I have some green rickrack here. There was some marker or ink of some kind here that I covered up with this, a little cluster of a ticket and 2 postage stamps. All the postage stamps and a lot of the, not a lot, but some of the ephemera in here is from Postal Love. So the spine is reinforced from a cardstock envelope. And then I added on the inside here a page from the little golden book I was using for some of the pages in here. It was the prayers one that I showed you that had some writing in, but I could use some pages, didn't have writing, and some pages did. So I think this one might have had writing on the other side, so I decided to use it to line the inside of this cover, and it was so pretty I didn't want to put a pocket there. I did the same thing on the inside of the back cover. This one's the Lord's Prayer, so pretty, and this one says morning prayer. So I got a vibe when I was going through here and making this journal that this would be a great prayer journal or gratitude journal or October daily or a fall journal, that type of thing, or really anything. But I just got that vibe because of the prayer, little golden book, and I have some hymn book pages in here. So I don't know, I just got that vibe. Anyway, and here is that pretty scrapbook paper that I love from 2006 when I used to do scrapbooking, and just decorated it here with some orange tickets and it matched the graphics here, and a vintage button that, the tickets in here are also from Postal Love. Made this little drawing card here out of some of my coffee dyed, Rit dyed cardstock, from file folder. This was like the corner of the file folder that had the tab, so I just left it there as a kind of almost looked like a, the front part or the back part of a file folder. So I thought that came out really cute. This is on the tab I decorated with a piece from, this says quarters, it's from a coin roller, so vintage. And this is the wine label and little piece here also from Postal Love. Then I have a couple pieces of my coffee dyed Astro Brights in here, which are really pretty. I have a lot of random type vintage papers that I pick up at thrift stores. This is one of them. Has a little writing on here because this was some type of test right here, as you will see if you get this journal. And then in here I made an envelope out of this page because it had writing on the other side from the prayer book. This was near the title page. It had these little cute little birds here, a mama and a baby, and has the copyright on the back. In here I made a little booklet too. Let me move my candle over. Little booklet out of a check register. I wanted to do something different or something with it besides just put the check register in here. So I covered it with wallpaper, made a little pocket here out of a playing card, and put this little picture as a journaling card there. cute little girls. And then inside, I also put a little pocket with a journaling card. And then you have this journaling space here on the pages from the check register. There's just a couple in here, but I think this was like one of the ones they hand out maybe when you first open a checking account or something, and they give you a temporary little check register, or from if you ask for one at the window, they might give you that as a little, you know, freebie. So next is ledger paper, page from the book. This is The Good Way. It says A Good Way. It's a little poem there by Mary Dixon Thayer. And here on this coffee dyed paper, I have a little vintage baby shower gift card, you know, little gift card. And I just left it as a, you know, private journaling spot there on as a decoration. And then pretty page from the prayer book. That prayer book has a really beautiful colors and graphics. And I added a little recipe card here as a kind of like a tab. I like to do that on my fold outs, and a little fabric there on that to decorate that. Here I used a scrap from the wallpaper that I used on the check register, and I just made a little tab here. It's a little wallpaper tab with a pretty postage stamp on both sides, and some more of that random vintage paper I was talking about right here. And in here I folded it over, made a tuck spot. I've got a Yahtzee score sheet and a vintage little papery type card here. It's papery, not cardstock, but great little journaling spot, and it's very, very pretty. Got that at my antique store here, if I didn't say that already. There's the hymn book page that I was talking about. It's coffee dyed. On this side I put a paper bag. Let me show you. It opens up like this. There's lots of room to put goodies in there. And it's so I've got a journaling card in there, and behind it I also left open and have a journaling card back there. So those are both on file folder, you know, which makes them really sturdy. Another coffee dyed Astro Brights, and look how beautiful it looks next to this page from the prayers little golden book. And so pretty. Coffee dyed paper there. This is a cookbook page, very retro. And on this side of it I sewed on some trim, some vintage trim. This is the typing paper that I coffee dyed. I added a little bookmark here as a tab on this one, and then fold out over here from, you know, the prayers book page. This is the center. I have a little key on here on the little strings in the middle, little bronze, you know, one of those little teeny tiny key charms. It's so cute. Fold out there. This is a fold out here of, you know, the typing paper that's, you know, it's coffee dyed. I made a little cluster here as a decoration on this fold out. This is an old receipt from the grocery store. Receipts that I have, you know, they have in my shop. If you haven't seen them, in fact, I think they might they're either sold out or almost sold out. I have to check to see if I have any more. But it was so nice and grungy, naturally aged. I didn't coffee dye it or anything. It just, that's the color it was. You know what I mean? And then this is a ticket from Postal Love, and this is a little label from Postal Love. So that came together as a nice embellishment there. The cookbook page here with this pretty retro graphics. Here I added a little, on this coffee dyed page, a little score sheet from a Clue game. So that was super fun, just to put over the top here. And you get this little cute little binder clip that I've been avoiding using because I love it so much. And then here's the prayers book, Astro Brights coffee dyed paper. I had a little tuck spot. This is a hymn book page. Both the hymn book pages in here are coffee dyed. So I've got a little gift card here you can use for private journaling space. And I tucked in a little library card here that I decorated with a ticket and 2 postage stamps. And then a tuck spot here where I put in this cute little boy postcard. It is a postcard, and added a little ruffle tab up there. And then I have some of this pretty paper that I have shown you before from the paper that I picked up a few of these booklets with these kind of graphics on it at a thrift store, and I thought it's so pretty and such a nice feel to it. I want it to go ahead and I want to use it and, you know, share it in my journal. So I put a piece in there. And then here is another recipe book page over here where I made this receipt that I found amongst my grocery store receipts. See, it says 1956 right here. Those are like 1950s receipts. Nice and grungy. I didn't do anything to this. Naturally aged. And it is an old receipt for $6 there. It's a really beautiful receipt though, isn't it? I don't have any. That's like a very unique thing that I have one of. Where did I have that? Right here. So I just made it into a piece of ephemera that could be journaled on the back or used as a bookmark if you want, or both. And this is one of the little price tags I had picked up recently at a thrift store. And I think that this is the first, might be the first time I've used one in one of my journals, and I used it as a tab right there. Just sewed it on there as a tab. Fold out prayers book page there, coffee dyed paper. This is, of course, the prayers book, so pretty. It says good night prayer. That's neat that it ended up in the second half, isn't it? Good night prayer. Since we're heading toward the end of the journal, or the back. That was ledger, of course, and this is one of my random vintage papers. And here I used half of the Postal Love envelope as a pocket. It's a double pocket here, so you've got. What I did was leave. This is exactly how I received it, but cut in half. I used my edging scissors here to make a pretty edge. Made a little, you know, thumb hole here, so you can easily reach in. That's exactly where I didn't move it or anything. Did I? Let's see, I think it flipped. Anyway, whatever I did, this is the wax seal from Sharika from Postal Love, and I left it there as a decoration. Isn't that pretty? And then I added this little flash card as a journaling card with a little pretty little fabric there, fabric bow on the top. And in the back pocket, let's see, I put that down in there just like that. And then the back pocket, I have a little cabinet card here with this pretty little girl, and there's the back of that. So very old, right? That's from Sharika, Postal Love. And the last couple of pages here, Astro Brights coffee dyed paper. I decorated this little pocket here on the scrapbook paper. That is coffee dyed on the back, just in case you didn't see that previously. That scrapbook paper is coffee dyed on the back. It was white. And then I added some tickets here, but I didn't glue them all the way down. I made them little like mini pockets here. So I've got a tag there. Both of these tags I received in Happy Mail. Aren't they cute and pretty? And so they're little tags. You can use them to decorate, journal on them, whatever you want to do. There's a little bookmark here. You're someone special in that pocket. And this is an envelope I made from another page from the prayers book that was written on. And you can see the writing down in there. There's a bunch of writing on this page. But I'm so glad I was able to do something with it, not just throw it in the trash. You know what I mean? Made a pretty little envelope here and tucked a piece of pretty paper from my Your Creative Studio in there for journaling space. So, and didn't it make a cute little envelope from that page, even though it was written on? I didn't give up on it, right? So here's the back, and that is the journal. And I'll show you the goodie bag real quick. So I made the goodie bag out of, I decided to use Postal Love's envelope that she sent me. This was, let's see, it says back here, June pack. It says, or yeah, I think that says June pack. See, there's her. She always puts a wax seal on there. She always sends this pretty airmail envelope with beautiful, look at the beautiful postage on this one. All different colors. It's so pretty. Okay, so in here, I stuffed as many goodies as I could in here. And I already showed you the bag, the drawstring bag it's coming in. But I tucked in some coffee dyed paper that you can use. This was a whole piece, and then these were scraps from the journal. And so I like to include stuff like that so that you can make some writing spots if you need to, or journaling cards, or whatever you want to do. This is a recipe card, kind of a papery one. Label from from Postal Love, and one of my tickets that I recently picked up at a thrift store. I just think they're so cool. Back and front, they have a little stamp there on the back. These are some tickets from Tim Holtz. We've got Soar, Story, Bliss, and Adore. Very cute. And these are some stickers that I received in Happy Mail. There's Botanical, a bunny, let's see what else, mushroom, and botanical, a squirrel, and more botanical. I believe that is a flowery one there. So several of those. Little butterfly I found this morning in my butterfly stash, made from masking paper. I just thought the color was so pretty that would look nice in here. Some little pieces from Postal Love there. And let's see, these tickets are from Postal Love too. These really cool. Everything that she sends me is vintage. You know, it's original, authentic vintage. And then this is a piece of lace. I was going through my scraps and thought you might like some scraps. This is from a vintage tablecloth, and so is this. This would make a great little tab on the top of something. Fold it over and glue it, staple it, or sew it down. Another pretty scrap fabric here. These can be used as tag toppers and things. You can tear it in half, whatever, make some strips for tags, or just make little squares or rectangles for tag toppers or journal tag toppers, or whatever whatever you want to put a topper on. The same thing with this. This is like upholstery. I don't know if this will tear, but it will cut, of course. And then you can cut it up and use it however you wish. Sometimes I cut them with pinking shears, and that makes a pretty little edge to make little squares and rectangles for clusters and things. Another little pretty strip of fabric there. And some rickrack that, you know, I put this green rickrack on the back of the journal, so I thought you might like a piece. So I did put a piece in here. That's the only green rickrack I think I have. I think that's the end of it. I need to look for some more green rickrack, right? And then this is a little envelope here that I made out of scrapbook paper. And I just added some of my butterflies. I've been making butterflies this week to use up some of my scraps. And so I always, not always, but almost always put some little butterflies in my journal goodie bags so that you all can make little clusters and decorations with these. There's different sizes, you know, little teeny ones and medium size and large, but they're all pretty small there, right? And surprising how many butterflies you can fit in a tiny envelope. But yeah, that's everything. So I hope you enjoyed the creation and the flip through of this journal. And I will see you all next time in my next journal. I was wondering if you could let me know your favorite thing about this journal, because I want to continue doing your favorite things, right? So I want to make sure that'll help me remember, like, oh yeah, everybody liked this certain 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever things that I did. I got to make sure I do that again, and then that'll help me remember to do it, right? So thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting, and I will see you all in my next video. Have an awesome weekend.